They sold you a lie with soft edges and sweet slogans. Be her protector, her provider, her peace. They said women want a good man, a man who listens, who feels, who serves. But here you are, confused, abandoned, ignored, watching the same woman who once clung to your presence now get wet over the man who doesn't call her back. And deep down, you feel it. That itch of betrayal. That quiet voice saying, none of what they taught you works. Because it doesn't. Not in the real world. Calvin Reed didn't write women magic lore for men who still believe in the Disney version of desire. He wrote it for the man who's been burned, played, ghosted, drained, who's ready to finally stop pretending and see the game for what it is. Because there's a truth men aren't supposed to say out loud. Women don't fall in love with goodness. They fall in love with gravity, power, presence, command, not kindness, not compromise, not your feelings. The man she fantasizes about is not the one who puts her on a pedestal. It's the one who stands like he doesn't need her applause. You were raised to chase, to prove your worth. But the moment you chase, you flip the polarity. You kill the tension. You signal, I am beneath you, so I run after you. Reed makes it brutally clear, never chase. Because the moment you do, you're no longer the prize, you're the puppy. And women don't sleep with puppies. They pet them. They praise them. Then they get bored and move on to the wolf who doesn't ask for affection. He commands it by simply existing in his truth. That's the shift. Women aren't attracted to men who beg. They're drawn to men who build. You want her to need you? Then stop needing her. Build a life so magnetic she wants to orbit around it. Not because you gave her flowers, but because you gave her silence, purpose, direction, unpredictability. You're still trying to win her over with effort. But women don't fall for effort. They fall for energy. The man.
Wow, this is some really, really good stuff, boys. I really hope that you're paying attention. The key takeaway that he just said right now is women want men that build. They don't respect your effort. They only respect men that build. You ever notice why women like celebrities? Because they built something, either a career, a really successful career, or a really successful business. Those are the type of men that get the creme de la creme type of women, physically at least. CJ says something really important. He always says that you're still on level one. You're still, he calls, I forget what he calls men like that. You're still on level one if you're trying to ask a girl for her number. You're still on level one. You don't get it yet. It's almost like Neo in the Matrix. It's almost like when you're ready, you won't have to. It's so true. When you're ready, you won't have to. I remember Mike Tyson was talking about how he visited Michael Jackson. I think either in his ranch or they were just hanging out one time. And somebody in the dressing room, while they were all talking, to look at them, they were all talking all together, Mike and Michael Jackson and a bunch of people. So one of the dudes in there was like, "Man, Mike, man, this chick I was trying to talk to, man, she ain't come home with me, man." And Mike Tyson said that Michael Jackson then immediately followed up with that he told the dude, he was like, "Well, I bet you if you had a Rolls Royce, I bet you she would follow you." Then Mike Tyson had a revelation. He was like, "Oh, Mike wasn't soft. He wasn't like all these little Cinderella. No. He was a dude. Like he knew what's up. He knew what time it was." He said, Michael Jackson actually said, if he had a Rolls Royce, I bet you she would have followed you home. So he knew what time it was. Even Michael Jackson. So I got this video from Philosos, right? He has 116K subs. Check him out. Well, this is so true. Women are attracted to men that build. When you are ready, you won't even have to ask a girl for her number. She'll approach you. How many times have you guys seen the Tates? Just walk in the crowd and you have really gorgeous girls. Well, maybe it was planned, maybe it was staged, who knows? Come try to talk to them and ask them for their number, and they reject the girls. Women are attracted not because they like the taste, they don't like it. Women don't like men in general. Women are attracted to successful men. Why? Because they built something. They have built something of value. That's what attracts women. And that's what every man should strive for. Every man should strive for this. Can you imagine, like, let's say you live in Africa, for instance, and you're driving a G Wagon and you pull up to a club or a nightclub, whatever it is, I don't know. Even in the United States, you pull up with a G Wagon and you get out and people see you get out. Do you think you think you're going to be asking girls for your number? Let's say you pull up with the freaking Lambo. You just pull up. You look regular. You don't pay. You don't wait like everybody else outside. You pull up in the Lambo. They park your car right in front, and you just walk in. You think the girls are not going to be looking for you in the club? Women are broke today, dude. They're looking for a coming real fast. They see that, they're like, whoa, he's got something. He built something. Not only that, you want to create this kind of life for yourself because it gives you leverage. And most men in relationships don't have leverage. You're just a regular guy that's easily replaceable by a woman. But you want to be so irreplaceable in a woman's life that she doesn't even consider any other man. She doesn't even consider it. Because if she does, she knows she's out, and there are 50 to 100 other women looking to take her place. That's where you want to be in life. Right there. Well, let's keep going.
The man who doesn't flinch. The man who can walk away without blinking. That's the man she cannot forget. That's the magic lure. Reed exposes the trap most men fall into, believing that love is an even exchange. It's not. It's a power dynamic. A psychological game of who needs less, who controls the rhythm of intimacy, who withholds first. And here's the harsh truth.
Who needs less? Ooh, that's a good one.
Women instinctively understand this. They don't even need to read a book on it. They were raised on it. From a young age, they're taught not to give too much, not to appear too eager, to make a man work, to let him invest more than she does. Why? Because the one who invests more becomes emotionally indebted. It's not evil. It's evolution. It's survival. And yet here you are, texting first, texting often, opening up too soon, laying your soul bare to a woman who's scanning your words for weaknesses. She's not looking for the truth.
15 years ago.
She's looking
Because
for
of that, I
leverage.
now live on a beach
Not to
outside
destroy
the
you,
United States. I make
to
U.S. dollars,
decide,
but I live
can
outside
I
the
shape
United
this
States. You know,
man?
that goes a long way.
Can I guide
So,
him? Can I own his
what we do
attention?
now is we
And if she
teach
can,
people how to
you're no
make
longer a
between 80
mystery.
to 100 bucks
You're a mirror.
an hour.
And women don't create
Right? So
mirrors.
if you're
They
somebody that's
create
making
mountains.
20, 25 bucks an hour,
Women
that's not a
magic
lot of
law
money,
teaches that
especially in this
being
economy.
emotionally open
So
too
we
soon
have
is
a
not
course
vulnerability.
on our
It's
website. It's
volunteering
called
for psychological
clouduniversity.com.
disarmament.
So what you want to do
You
is
think
you
you're
can click
building
the link in the
closeness,
description below.
but you're just handing over your manual.
It's a course that I took
Every
15 years
secret,
ago.
every
But we teach it
insecurity,
way better
every
and more in
unmet
depth,
need
right?
becomes a
So
roadmap she didn't
right
even
now,
ask
a
for.
lot of
And once she
a
has
lot
it,
of the job
the chase
market,
is
they're
over.
looking
Not
for
because she's cruel,
skills,
but because your
skill
mystery
sets,
died in your
specific skill
desperation.
sets. So if you don't have
Understand
that,
this.
you're going to be making
Women are wired to
20
respond
bucks,
to
30 bucks an
uncertainty
hour,
with
which is not a
desire,
lot of money in today's
not
society.
chaos,
So
but masculine
click on the link and maybe one day
unpredictability.
you can live on a
The
beach
calm
like me.
man
Talk to
who
you guys
reveals
soon.
little,
Peace.
who leads with presence, not paragraphs. That's the man who gets under her skin. That's the man she dreams about. Not the one who asks, "Where did I go wrong?" but the one who makes her question, "Why can't I stop thinking about him?" You think connection is about confession, that the more you tell her, the more she'll trust you. But women don't trust words. They trust dominance, direction detachment. Reed makes it clear, women follow
Wow.
energy, not explanations. And when your energy screams, "Please choose me," she doesn't feel admiration, she feels repulsion, not because she's shallow, but because biology punishes need. Need smells like survival. It signals weakness. It says, "I need you to validate me. I need you to complete me. I need you to fix what I refuse to fix myself." And that's not love. It's dependence dressed up as romance. And women, they know the difference. They might not say it out loud, but they feel it. deep in their instincts. A man who worships her becomes less of a man because he hands over the very thing she craves most, emotional authority. And when you do that, you become hers, but not in the way you hoped. You become hers to manage, to tolerate, to shape. You give her power, not respect. And here's the brutal irony. When she has that power, she doesn't feel safe. She feels burdened, because no woman wants to be the man in the relationship. She might act like it. She might pretend she enjoys the control, but over time, she'll resent it. She'll test you. She'll provoke you. Not because she wants to destroy you, but because she's begging you silently to show spine, to fight back, to stand up, to not fold. Calvin Reed says it clearly. The moment a woman knows she can control you emotionally, you've already lost her sexually, because desire does not live in comfort. It lives in polarity, masculine frame, direction. The man who doesn't just react to her moods, he anchors her through them. That's the secret they won't teach you in schools. You think love is about emotional equality, but it's not. Not in attraction. Attraction is primal, and primal doesn't care about fairness. It cares about instinct. Women aren't strategizing this. They're feeling it. But their feelings follow a pattern. She tests to feel your strength. She withdraws to feel your pull. She pushes boundaries, not because she wants to destroy them, but because she wants to feel they're real, that they will hold under pressure, that you will hold under pressure.
Wow, this is really good, right? I want to keep this video short, but yeah, women test boundaries a lot. Just like you said, to see whether or not they'll hold. And women respect women with boundaries. Women respect men with boundaries. They do. They disrespect men who can't hold their boundaries, right? So this was a really good video. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, yo. And guys, you got to hold frame. You got to build something of worth. And you're going to have to show it. You're going to have to show it that you have strength. See, something that I do, I still drive a 2007 Honda Civic, and I do that for a reason. Because perception works both ways. I can shape a person's perception of me by the way I present myself. So if I'm just driving a Honda Civic, I'm shaping myself that way to see the truth in a person. Do they really like me for me? But sometimes you got to show some strength. Sometimes you got to show some strength. That's when you pull out the Lambo. To show people that, don't get it twisted. I am about that life. Sometimes you got to show strength. It's not loud. You're not with many words. It's just in who you are. Dude, just show up in your Lambo, dude. Show up in your Rolls Royce. Enough said. You don't gotta, no need to talk. No need. Talking is over. Right? And when you tell a woman something, mean it. So if you tell a chick to call you at a certain time, she doesn't call you at a certain time, she's done. That's her testing you, the boundaries, to see whether or not she can disrespect you in the future. But if you hold the line, so what? Remember, it's all about who needs who most. If you're able to cut her off, she now instinctively knows that you don't need her. Now she's asking herself, well, why doesn't he need me? What does he have? Right? What does he have that makes him not need me? He must have something of value that he knows other people want. Thus, why he doesn't need me. You guys get the game? All right. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, guys. Let me know in your comments what you think about this video. Just a different video. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.